What's up guys, D-Life HD here. In this quick cast, we preview the Bulls at Timberwolves game, the matchups, we predict the winner, and who I predict will have standout performances. So without further ado, let's get into it. The Bulls are coming off a devastating 1-point loss to the 76ers, where we saw none other than Bobby Portis have an exceptional game, scoring 38 points and grabbing 8 boards. Also, David Nwaba handily won the matchup versus Robert Covington. Who saw that coming? I know I didn't. So this game would be totally different had one thing not happened last night, and that would be the loss of Jimmy Butler due to injury. That's right, and let the tips hate begin. Is the hate actually legit? I don't know, but the pattern of occurrences seem to lead to it. Either way, the Wolves not only lose Jimmy Butler, but they also face the Bulls on a second game of a back-to-back. Could be a tough one for them. Luckily, they play at home. Let's check out the matchups though. First, the matchup at point guard, Chris Dunn versus Jeff Teague. This is honestly a pretty even matchup, Dunn averaging just 0.4 more points than Teague at 13.5 points, Teague averaging just 0.8 more assists at 7.1 assists, but Dunn averaging almost 2 more rebounds a game at 4.6 rebounds. I give the slight edge to Dunn on this one. Up next, the battle at shooting guard, Zach LaVine versus Andrew Wiggins. Butler would have actually made this matchup much better and possibly even won it, but now it's LaVine versus Wiggins instead of LaVine versus Butler. Wiggins averages just 0.6 more points than LaVine at 17.5 points per game, with LaVine averaging 0.9 more assists and 0.3 more boards. I give this matchup to LaVine. Now, the battle at small forward, David Nwaba versus Nemanja Bjelica. This is once again a matchup where David Nwaba is eclipsed by the height of Bjelica at 6'10" versus 6'4", but Nwaba's defense and athleticism will completely make up for it. Nwaba also barely wins out on the points, assists, and rebounds categories. I'm giving this one to David Nwaba. I fully expect him to follow up last night's performance with another decent showing. The matchup at power forward is going to be really interesting, guys. Lauri Markkanen versus Taj Gibson. This is going to be a really fun matchup to watch. I feel like Gibson wasn't treated as well as he should have when he was here in Chicago, and to be traded for campaign, that's even worse. The averages are really close in this one, once again, with Markkanen averaging 2.9 more points and 15.3 and 0.4 more rebounds at 7.7, and they're tied at assists. I want to feel like this is a toss-up, but it's not, because Markkanen is a more versatile player and stretches the floor more than a person like Gibson. He's just a better shooter all around and can still play a little defense. Last but not least, the battle at center, Cristiano Felicio versus Karl Anthony Towns. Just like last week, Felicio is completely outmatched. Towns averages a whopping 16.4 points more than Felicio at 20.2 points versus 3.8 points. Towns is a slightly better passer and a much better rebounder at 12.2 rebounds versus Felicio's 2.7. In my eyes and on paper, we win 4 out of these 5 matchups. Of course, games aren't always decided by what's on paper, but it certainly looks good for us. In terms of bench, I feel like the Timberwolves have the advantage, but if Bobby Portis can have a night like he did against the 76ers, we shouldn't have too much of a problem. I'm giving this win to the Bulls, but only if the bench shows up. Hopefully it plays out exactly like it played out in my game, and it's a super close game throughout, and the Bulls pull off this win by a few points. I don't really mind taking, but we have to beat the Timberwolves. It's a matter of pride. Alright guys, thanks again for watching. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe for more content like this, and make sure and follow me on Twitter and Facebook for daily posts. Peace!